Hi, I'm Josh Ozersky, and this is ehow.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make a corned beef sandwich. A corned beef is made by taking a corned beef and putting it in a pot of water, and then you go off for 3 hours, and then you come back and it's done. Like, that's how you make a corned beef. There's a little more to it than that, and I'm going to show you just so you don't screw it up. So I have a pot of water here. There's nothing in it. It is boiling. It's not simmering. It's at a good boil. The corned beef is cold. The water's hot. When it goes in here, it's going to bring it down, so you want it nice and hot. Also, I don't have so much water that when I put the corned beef, it doesn't go over like a fat man getting into a tub. So there's these little bolts on here from where the handles go. I usually put the water somewhere just beneath that, so there'll be plenty of room. Now, I will point out to you, it is the thick cut. The corned beef goes into the water. This is a birth-like operation, which involves it squeezing out of its plastic container and into the water. There's all kinds of like little gnarly blood fluid type stuff inside the bag. You got to make sure that that goes in too, because as vile as it is, it tastes good and it improves the general flavor of the corned beef. This water's not boiling because now there's a big corned beef in it. I'm going to let this get to a slow simmer because if I just, like, this is about where it should be now, like a witch's cauldron, but if I just left it like this and went away for 3 hours to go watch The Lord of the Rings, the water would cook down and then like the corned beef would be exposed to the air and would dry out like the mummy. On the other hand, if I put the lid on it, it would make it hot and it would start boiling and then the corned beef would get overcooked. So what I do is I get it to a slow simmer, I turn it down a little bit, and then I take this and I put it on a jar. All right, it's 3.5 hours later. My corned beef cooked for 3 hours. Who knows, maybe it took less time than that, but 3 hours always a good time. Then half an hour, it came down in the water. That's the secret trick. If there's one takeaway you can get from this, how to make a corned beef, you let the corned beef come down in the water. When you take it out when it's hot, and then you start cutting it, even if you let it rest outside, it's not going to be right. To really have it good, reach in here. It's now come down, settled, it's done seething. So, see how there's all these striations here, all the meat that's going in that direction? That's what you want to cut against. But before I do that, I'm going to let it relax a little bit more and I'm going to cut my rye bread. I am going to cut this into just 2 slices because I want to show you just how thick the slices are supposed to be. So, first thing I do is I cut off the cap of the decal like this. Save that for somebody special. And now we have this even piece. And all we got to do, follow the muscles. You see, it's just right. If it goes too long, all the stuff in between the muscle fibers disappears and you just have these like fibrous strands. On the other hand, not long enough and it's like still clenched up like an angry fist. This is, we have it at an optimal temperature. Ah, you said, what was he going to do with the top? Well, I'll tell you what, my friend. I'm going to cut away some of this fat here, right? All right, bread, meat, fat, little bits of meat. That goes on here. Another even slice. A little bit more. Oh my God, look at this. Look at this corned beef sandwich. Look at this. Literally, it's cooked itself. This requires like no skill at all. Now what I'll do, like this much mustard. I push down like so. Then a bisection. Now we have a corned beef sandwich fit for the gods. And that is how you make a corned beef sandwich. I'm Josh Ozersky, and this is ehow.com.